Kia ora team, and welcome to my Loot Roots Survivor's Guide DayZ PS5 on the White Cloud, my modded server. These are Loot Roots with a little bit extra. So this time we're spawning in somewhere in a field. It sometimes happens. At least we can see buildings. Sometimes you spawn in fields you can't see buildings. There's a little tower over here and some buildings and a little church. I think that we're up the northern bit of the map. What we want to do is we want to head down to see if we can find a road, and we can find a road. And if you can find a road, you can find a sign. And that sign says Svetloyarsk. At least, so I'm led to believe. So we're in Svetlo, which is one of the northernmost spawns. It's the northernmost coastal city. And the train track comes in just here, next to the road, and you've got this facility that goes on just around the coast. And we're just going to talk about going around the coast. But before we go around the coast, there's a couple of things we want to check out. The first thing we could do with checking out is maybe a warmer jacket, because when you're up north, maybe you do know this, maybe you don't know this, but the temperature profiles, there's a whole bunch of regions on the map, and the temperature profiles are different, but we'll take that because that could come in awfully handy. And in fact, what we might do is put it on our hot wheel somewhere instead of the glow stick. In fact, I'm just going to drop the glow stick, and I might just eat the apple right now. Yeah, so there's different zones across the map, and each of the zones has a different min-max in terms of the temperatures. And obviously up in the northern areas, you will get cold quicker, which makes an awful lot of sense, because the northern part of the map, I think here, is supposed to be closer to the Arctic Circle, and therefore colder. So that makes quite a bit of sense. That means you will consume food a bit quicker, which, you know, is what it is. Because when you're colder, you go through your food quicker, and when you're hotter, you go through your water quicker, just in case you didn't know that. Oh, sewing kit. Nice. A good start, because then if we find stuff that's in not great condition, we can always repair it with a sewing kit. And a gun. And a gun already. Has it got anything in it? It's got one shot in it, so, you know, that is not the end of the world. Put it there, and we'll put that there. You never know, it might save your life. What I might do is I might also put this battery on the head torch. Not that it probably matters hugely. Right, so priority at this stage is warmer clothing, warmer coats specifically. Oh, one of these if we ever get a gas burner and a pot or a frying pan or something. So, and the other thing we could do with is multivits. So up here, I think one of my priorities is going to be to go looking for the medical. We're trying to stay away from the Zeds as much as we can, albeit that sometimes they do come to see you. I do not need a pair of pliers. Fairly certain she heard me. I'd like to go and check out that house, but just too many Zeds. So we'll just nip around here. There's a couple of little places down there. That little roadside shack thing. She's headed that way. That's annoying. Maybe we can cut through the house. Somebody inside. And a better jacket. Might have some food. No. No, it's a standard coat. It's a shirt. Now let's rag it. Pick up some rags. Bit of noise. And because they're dirty, what we're going to do is we're going to disinfect them straight away. Just in case I have to use them in a hurry. I don't want to have to worry about getting an infection. So there we go. They're now disinfected, which is grand. Put that back in our hands. Looks like shotgun shells. Absolutely. And is this a knife? Some kind of obscured pearl pliers. Okay, let's get this. There we go. And then these gates. Oh, you can never tell when they're going to open to your face or if they're not. Right, what's this? A hoodie. That might be better insulation. So let's do that. I'll hang on to the shirt for now, just in case. Oh, multivits, you legend. Right, multivits are good. We'll keep an eye on our colour. If we spend too much time for temperature in the blue, you run the chance of getting sick. And we don't want that. And here's the train I was telling you about. And there's a Z, obviously, right there. Of course there is. It's alright. The regular Z's eyesight is dreadful. She's got a hat, though. That's another thing which is good for keeping you warm. Is it in good condition? It's not in good condition. It's in condition. We can definitely make it in better condition. Radar cap, it's not too bad. I think like the Zimnikova or something is one of the warmest. But, you know, it'll keep our head warm and keeping your head warm. You see we're down in the blue now, which is a bit of a worry. So I might just pop one of these multivits. We'll see what we can find in the train. Yeah, too much shivering is not good for you. It's like a repeater. Oh, that's another BK. This is a break action one. We'll take the cartridge. Thank you very much. The cartridge automatically goes into your inventory, if you didn't know. When you unload a weapon. Or the bullets. Or the whatever. Got an enduro helmet. Right. It's the university. Or education center, or whatever you want to call it. Is it in here? No? Okay, fine. Fruit? Yes, nice, dried. You can eat dried, you can eat fresh, you can't eat rotten. Any over here? No? Okay. Gloves next, or we'll have to make up some rag gloves. So let's have a look. Got a pipe. There's a Z out the back. It's always kind of busy up here. This junction. It's a spawn point for Zeds. Right, check these other ones. Or maybe that little garage if there's nothing here. Cable reel? No. Plastic bottle? No. Right. Let's head past Terry Wogan. Hi Terry. See who's in the square today. Couple of crazy ladies. Right, anything in here? A bag, yes. A sling bag with a can opener in it. Nice. Medical's over that way. There's police. Right, maybe we'll get some better stuff in police clothes-wise. Just a quick nip in here. No. Never mind. Right, police. Make sure the door's shut. I always make sure the doors are shut when I'm inside a building, the exterior doors, because Zeds don't open doors. So if you're in a building and you're, I don't know, upstairs sorting out your inventory or doing something and you hear a door opening, it ain't a Zed. Right, there we go. There's the bad boy that we want. Let's have a look what's in it. It's good to go. So we'll drop that one. We will put that in our inventory. We will take this and we will empty it. Double triangle. We'll drop it. The amount of times I do that. Put this back on. Triangle. Load it up. Right. Oh, you should be back on equip. We are now good to go. Let's see what else we can get. Some halfway decent clothing might be a good idea. Alright, there's a jacket. That'll do. Yeah, we'll hang on to that, but we'll probably need to repair the jacket. No, it's in good nick. Excellent. Rubber slugs. Oh my gosh. You do get things on the roof, but I mean, if you're worried about players seeing you, sniping you while you're climbing up and down ladders, don't bother. It looks like it is another jacket. No, it's the pants. So we've got the matching set, which is great. So they're drenched. We don't need to keep the cargo pants. So there we go. We're still not exactly great. So for heating wise, so let's just pop some more of those. So we'll take a look. There's medical. Medical is over there. Pardon me. So we're going to go and have a look at medical. Pardon. Water's down there. So we're going to go and do medical first, because it's going to get me to where I want to go. And then we are going to go over to the water. Now, we're down in the red food already, so we need to make sure we eat something. And it would be jolly good if we could find a chicken. Or some more food. Can of food, any kind of food, something like that. Would be great. Now then, if food is critical, and it is right now, you'll see that I've just eaten, and there are 3 bars going up. That means the way the game works, so I'm led to believe, is the calories in your food go into a holding area, which is notionally your stomach, and then those calories get recognized up into your system, and that's what increases your apple in terms of color. And the 3 bars means that that's what's happening. If you run around before the 3 bars stop, the calories are deducted from your stomach without being recognized by the apple, and I'm led to believe that it is there's a net loss there, because you don't gain the recognition of those calories on the apple. That's what I'm led to believe. Anyway, if you're worried about calorie intake because you're only starting and you don't have a lot of food, if you eat, just don't move. Just stand still. Right, now I can move. Now I'm ready to go. We'll go out the back, because medical's out the back. And we'll make sure we're armed. Right, we're still looking for gloves. Right. These houses that are raised a little bit high tend to be quite good for loot. There we go. We picked up some more fruit. In good condition. Any fruit around here? No. Any fruit in here? No. Fruit around back? Yep. Dried pears. Pays to have a look around. Save your life. Save your life. Right. Nothing in here, sadly. These houses can be good for some food products. Cans and stuff. Sometimes on the side. Not today. Check the doors. Also, with the doors shut, if you do trigger a Z outside, because they can't see you through the windows, they can't just come running in and bash you. Canvas bag. It's got 35. Sling bag's got 30. Yeah, okay. Always trade up for space. I was hoping upon hope for maybe some tets or some chlorine. And also, of course, gloves. I don't have any of that here. However, do be aware that there is a radius around medical centers where medical gear will also spawn. I got a frying pan, which takes up a lot of space, but if we found a stove... Getting hungry again. Once you're in the red, your health starts to deplete a bit, and then you also get kicked off the game. I'll come back when the server hasn't shut down. I'll see you soon. Right. We're back. I was closing the door. What I was telling you was that there is an area around medical that spawns medical related gear. Like these things. I come into these houses, but honestly, I never really find much in them. A slightly better hat. The winter coif is a slightly better hat. So we can get rid of the radar cap, and I think it's in good condition, isn't it? No, not super. We've got plenty of stuff to make rags out of. The question is, what do we make it out of? We've already disinfected these, and we have this, which takes up 6, and this, which takes up 9. So my thinking is that what we're going to do is we're going to make this into rags, and we're going to make our gloves from these. Right, here we go. Right. Craft improvised hands wrapping down there in the bottom. That's what we want. There you go. We'll hang on to those and we'll equip those. And if we're going to hang on to those, we may as well disinfect them and we'll combine them with the other stack. Let's find this chicken. There you are, chicken. It used to be... Oh, there's a Z over there as well. It used to be that chickens were real easy. And you could just run up and punch them, literally. But they got wise. So you kind of have to sneak up on them now. Anyway. Got one. We just need to nip in here and get some water. There's a bunch of Zeds around here as well, of course. Over there, great. It's alright, stay out of their way. Get in a bush. Her eyesight's dreadful. Keep your eye on them. Oh, that one saw me. Go for the head. That one saw me too. Crouch a bit. Right, heard me, but not quite 100% sure. Right, let's get our bottle back. Do not drink water from any other source. I don't know if this bush is big enough to hide me. Do not drink water from any other source unless you have chlorinated it. Unless you get it from here. You get it from the pump stand, or wherever you get it from, you chlorinate it. That means even if you pick it up, even if you get it off a player, you have no idea what's in that water. And you'll get an infection. And it's a nightmare to get rid of. And it'll make you vomit all the time and you'll lose a whole load of stuff because of it. And if you do find a water source, my advice is fill the water bottle, keep drinking, fill it again, keep drinking until the stomach icon comes up, which means you're absolutely full, and then fill your water bottle up again. If you're going to go round and you're going to be coming back this way, I'm not going to be coming back this way, but if you are going to be coming back this way, after your stomach icon has gone away, come back and drink again. There's another apple. Because you can never have too much water. Water's great stuff. You really need it. What's that? A sheath? If you ever get a belt, that'll turn in handy. Rope. Perfect. Right, we're gonna head over this way. Minding that Z. And you may be wondering why I'm running along in little bursts. Long may you wonder. If you want to know why I'm running around in little bursts, you should go and do my Solnichny loot route. And it'll explain to you why I run in little bursts. Right, down here is the train yard, which has a bunch of train spawns in it. So we'll check out this little religious thing. I don't know what they're called. Shrine, I guess. Or something. Sometimes they have interesting things, like denim jackets. Who made that noise? Oh no, it's a mummy! Oh no, it's a mummy! It's a mummy! It's a mummy, it's a mummy, it's a mummy! This is my server has mummies on it. Lie down. Hopefully he won't see us. Yeah. You're probably not going to run across mummies on official. Unless it's Halloween. In which case you might run across mummies. That's what they're there for. But on my server, mummies come as standard. So you do need to be aware. They are pretty tough. I mean pretty tough. I ran one over in a car once. It took 4 goes to kill it with a car. So do be aware, they are pretty tough. So anyway, there's a couple of train cars down here. Let's stay on this side out of eyesight, because we're far enough away it won't hear us. And we'll see what we can get. Right, so this loop that we're going to do, we're going to head back to the docks. We're going to follow this side. So we're going to head over on this train track. We're going to go down past the dock buildings. There's not really an awful lot in the dock buildings. I mean, there's some stuff. There's some containers down here. Wood pile over there, you want to set up a base. Alright. Check out what's in these containers. Charcoal. Might come in handy. If you get food poisoning, charcoal is the way to cure it. What is this? Another rangefinder. Light and nothing else. Right, so we're going this way, which appears to be going off in the middle of nowhere. So we've come round. The entrance to Svetlo is over there. Right, remember we could see the... Hello, where did you come from? You just spawned in. Got any food? You do. Champion. Yeah, so we spawned in way over there. There's the tower that we saw, and you saw the church. So we're going to head up the coast. This is going to take us to a little place called Berezikhi. And the reason we're going to go up there is there's lots of boats, and I've gone up there before, and you get like a ton of soda cans and various other bits and pieces. So we're going to head up this way, and we're going to head up to Berezikhi. And when we get up to Berezikhi, we have a chicken, and we have a rope, and I'm going to show you a little trick with fishing, because we're going to get some fish, because fish are one of the best meat sources. Red meat's pretty good. Cow is pretty good. Venison is not bad. I think cow is slightly better than venison. But fish is awesome. Oh look, we even got a fishing rod. Our hands are full, but we got a fishing rod. So that's fine. I'll show you how to make a fishing rod, but I mean one of the reasons to come up here to Berezikhi is to get fishing rods. Because if you come up here past all these boats, you get a fishing rod. And sometimes you'll even pick up a better hook, and you get a fishing rod and a hook, and you get 2 or 3 fish. You can go miles on 2 or 3 fish. Torch? Don't want a torch. Flag. Right, well we're back again. If you just keep following the coast round, you end up coming around here. This is Berezikhi. You can see the Berezikhi boat building, and you'll be able to see that there is buildings up there and a lot more boats. And this is what we're here for. We're here for the boats, and there are Zeds, so obviously be aware of that. So we've got dry sacks, if that's the kind of thing you're after. There's nothing in the boat shed. I've never found anything in the boat shed. There's some Zeds wandering around in rundies. So we'll try and not get seen by them. We get our knife out. Check around the oh yes, check around the boats, because things like fishing hooks are very hard to see. So always flick open your inventory bar, you know, by pressing the center pad for my PlayStation, because if you I think these guys will come out here on this thing. So I can take them one at a time if they decide to both come along. Yeah, that's enough for you. Go for the head. Yeah, because there we go. Right, let's see. Another knife. Yeah, okay, we've only got one knife. I'm conscious we're running out of space. I mean, we're going to deal with the chicken. And we're going to deal with some other stuff in a minute. The sun is falling. I've got a red hat, a boonie hat, which is fine. You can keep a hook on that. It's a nice hat. Yeah, so I'm conscious that the sun is dropping, and I wanted to show you what I wanted to show you. So what we want to do is we want to make a fishing rod. Now I have a fishing rod. Which is fine. So this is my fishing rod, and I picked up a hook, but I'm going to drop it right here. So we're gonna drop it right here, and we're not going to lose it. We're going to want a fishing rod, and we're going to want a hook. So the first thing I want to do is want to get a long stick. Now you can gather long sticks from these plants using your hands. It will damage your gloves. It tends to damage knives a lot less, I've found. Seems to damage hatchets quite a bit. It seems like there's a task for everything. If you've got a bit of rope, which I have, you hold them and you combine, and it gives you the chance to make an improvised fishing rod. We're getting cold again. Cold because we stopped moving. And we've still got that wet icon, which is a bit of a nuisance. So I'm just going to pop a multivit, because we got this far without getting sick. Don't want to get sick. Thank you. Right, now then. We have this, but we don't have a hook. Where do we get a hook from? Right, if we haven't found a hook. Don't lose that. Well, we get it from the chicken. And we get it from the chicken because what we're going to do is we're going to take the knife that we have and we're going to combine it and we're going to skin and quarter our chicken. Wearing gloves, mind you. Wearing gloves. And that the gloves aren't ruined either. Right? So the gloves. So we've got our chicken meat, which is great. We've got our chicken feathers, which we can hang on to. And we've got these bones. And you combine the bones with your knife, and it gives you the option to make a hook. And there you make your hook. I don't want those bones anymore. So you put the rod in your hands, you combine with the hook, and you've got a simple fishing rod with a hook. So whatever now, we need to bait the hook. So don't try fishing without it. So what you need is a bit of grass. Won't do it on gravel. It says dig up worms. You need one worm for every fish that you're going to catch, right? What do we think? What do we think? What do we think? We don't have an awful lot of space. I think 2 fish. We also got chicken already. So I think we'll take 2 worms. Remember to pick it up. And we'll hope for 2 fish. You get different kinds of fish depending on where you're fishing. The sea, you get mackerel. Inland lakes and waterways, you get carp. But it's all the same as far as I know. Right, so there we go. So we've got that, and we've got that, and we've got that. What we then want to do is, it's a little bit of a faff. You've got to take the hook off. You've got to then put the hook in your hand. You've got to then combine to make the fishing bait. You've then got to pick up your rods. You've then got to combine them together. And you've now got a simple fishing rod, and you're ready to fish. Go where you can see the water. It says start fishing, and hold. And keep holding R2 and do not let it go. It will cycle round. No fish that time. I'm still holding R2. Keep holding R2. Don't let go of R2 or you will lose your bait. You have to do this again. So you don't want to do that. So just keep holding R2 for the whole duration. Even when it turns white, until the animation stops, I don't let go. I got my fish. It's a mackerel. Awesome. Right, get out of the water, because it makes you cold. And take the hook off, and we'll get our next wormy poo, and we will combine it with our hook. We'll make our bait, and we'll do it one more time. Not so much at the coast, but on the inland waterways, when you're fishing, you can catch other things, like you can get a boot. Not close enough to the water. You can get a boot, Wellington boots. I've got cooking pots before out of inland waterways. You can get all kinds of random things. So it's not just fish. But here we're after fish. It shows us as losing health. We're that cold. We're losing health. So it's a good job we've got the multivits on, is all I can say. Right, keep holding R2, keep holding R2, keep holding R2, keep holding R2, keep holding R2. Now I can let go, and then you don't lose your fish. Because it can happen, and it has happened to me, that if you let go a little bit too soon, you completely lose your fish. So it used to be, or we've asked, it hasn't come about, that we wanted it to be, and a number of people have said before, can't you make it so that you can recover the rope from the fishing rod? But you can't yet. There's no way to recover it. So I'm getting rid of the makeshift fishing rod and the hook and the bones, because I have all of the stuff that I want. It's kind of a bit of a nuisance that I've got so much stuff at the minute. What I'm going to do is I'm going to head up to these houses, and I'm going to start a fire, and I'm going to cook some stuff, and I'm going to have a look at my inventory and see what I absolutely need to have and what I absolutely don't need to have. And maybe... Right, okay, we're back. We have what we need. What do we need? Well, what we need is short sticks. You get those by harvesting long sticks and breaking the long sticks down. You don't need that many. We need 2 bits of bark. You get those by going up to a tree with a knife, and it says harvest light bark or dark bark or whatever. And you need firewood. Well, you don't need firewood, but it's a good idea to get firewood. You can get firewood from larger bushes, either by hand or with a knife. So it's not that hard. If you've got a hatchet, you can go chop down a tree into logs, and you can split the logs up into firewood and everything else. It's getting a bit dark, but my light isn't quite working yet. It doesn't matter. The fire's going to be going in a minute. So the simplest way to do this is pick up a bit of firewood and put place on the fire. That opens the whole fire menu, and you can see everything that is going on. You need to split this because you want to put one in the fireplace and one will have gone to your inventory. You want to keep it because you want to, you want to combine it to make the hand drill kit. Because I don't have matches and I don't have a lighter, so the only way I'm going to light this fire is with the hand drill kit. The sticks can go back on the fire. They just act like extra fuel. It's not the end of the world. With the hand drill kit, ignite, and away you go. If your matches are wet, it won't work, by the way. Lighter works all the time. Lighters are pretty great. And that gets your fire going. Now, the easiest way I've found with this is just drop all the meat you're proposing to cook on the floor. Yeah, I know. Just don't worry about it, alright? Now, we've got 4 bits of fish, which are great, and they'll last really long if you smoke them. So let's smoke those, because we'll probably have those the longest. And we'll cook the chicken. And this will bring our temperature up. Again, we don't want to go too high. If it goes too high, you also start to get sick. But this will bring our temperature up. And the smoking, you need to be closer to take it off the fire, but you don't need to stand right next to the fire. If we just see it, we can see it. You'll hear the sound of the chicken cooking. The smoking takes twice as long as the cooking. I don't know if that changes for product. So like if you're smoking chicken and cooking chicken, the smoked chicken takes twice as long as the cooked chicken. So you can sit and wait for this to be done, and then you know it's done. And if you throw another one on, when that one's done, you know all the smoking's done. But otherwise, there's no way to know when the smoking is actually finished, other than just this light isn't really very bright either, is it? It's not really showing up very well. I don't know why. Anyway, the chicken's done now. So there you go. I'll pick one up and eat it. We may as well. Chicken as a nutritional, I mean, it's fine. It helps, but it doesn't fill you up for very long. Warm food will make you warmer. Carrying warm food in your jacket will make you warmer as well, or too warm. Just be aware about that. If you like cook half a side of cow and you've got 12 slabs of cow meat, you'll probably not have 12 in a jacket. You might have, let's say you've got 8 slabs of cow meat in your jacket and they've all just been cooked. You can imagine they're all going to be hot, so you end up getting quite a bit warm because you're carrying all this stuff around. So just do be aware of that. But anyway, so that's lighting a fire. Oh, it's kind of working now. So that's lighting a fire, that's cooking, that's fishing, that's getting us up here. You can see that this stuff is now dried, so we'll get a little bit closer. It says it's dried, it says it's done, so what we can do is we can then take all of that, and we know that it's all dried and ready, and that's no problem. We're going yellow. I don't want to forget my other stuff, but I've probably got some inventory management to do. And we'll probably hang out here, and then what I'll do is in the daytime I will bring you back and show you where we're going. Although I can show you where we're going now because I have a map. So here we are up in Svetloyarsk, and we've had a little run around Svetlo, and you can see where police is that we went to, and you can see where medical is, where the water pump is, and the train yard where we ran away from the mummy. And then obviously we have come up the coast. It doesn't let me go out any further, but we have come up the coast to this little place at this side, Berezikhi, which is Berezikhi, I understand. So we went all around to Berezikhi. So what we're going to do from here is we're going to head up the only road out of here, and this is back to Turovo. So we can head back to Turovo, and there's a few little industrial buildings and various other bits and pieces to look at in Turovo. We're then going to loop back to the main highway, and then we're going to head on towards Novodmitrovsk. And on the way, we're going to call into Cernaya Polania. Pollyanna, because there's some fire department and stuff there. So that's the first part of our journey, starting at Svetlo. I'll see you in the daytime. Right, it's time to go. Right, here's one you may not know. Pardon me. You can combine these things. Boom. There you go. Save yourself some space. Iodine. The alcoholic tincture. I think the bottle's a disinfectant. I think that's it. Not sure. If you go up there, there's this radio tower, but it doesn't get you down into the town quite so easily. And the town of Turovo, I think it is down here, just below the horizon where the dip is, in this sort of dip in the valley. And that's where we're headed. So don't go up there. Or if you do go up there, that's fine, but you have to come back in. Now, interesting. We've got cows, and we've got infected flying off the backs of cows, which means they're pretty agitated. Which means if they see us, they'll just run and attack. But I don't know if they'll actually kill a cow. I mean, they will kill a cow eventually, because the cow doesn't attack them. But the cow mostly just spends a lot of its time running away while the infected fly over the top of it. Right. Anyway, this is Turovo, this nice little lake. So, you know, you could come up here and you could find some rope, and you might find a chicken if you're not lucky enough to get cows, and you could go fishing in that little lake and get yourself some fish. We're gonna go around this side and then come back down, because round this side up at the top here is a little yard with some containers in it. Now, I know on my server there's a mummy out here, which is a bit of an annoyance, but on an official server you won't have to deal with a mummy unless it's Halloween. Just my server, it's usually out there somewhere, out around there, it's somewhere. Right, I'm not gonna bother with the cow meat because I'm good. I'm good with what I've got. I'll just be carrying it around, and then I'll have to find somewhere to cook it, and it'll probably go off. And I'm not bothered. So we're leaving Turovo. Just down here is a little military checkpoint. Now I appreciate we've only really just started, and this is an easy loot route, and military might seem like a bit of a challenge at this stage. So don't feel like you absolutely have to do this military checkpoint. You can, of course, skip it and just go in a completely different direction. That way will take you down to the back end of Novodmitrovsk. We'll have a look at the map in a minute. We're going to go a slightly different way. What we're going to do is we're going to go back the other way, but we want to deal with these military infected first. There are a few of them, and if you're going to do this, almost the easiest way to do it is make it to the car, or make it to one of the bricks. If you can just make it to the car, then that's fine. There you go.
I'll come around here. And you'll stand up here and try not to fall off the car into the wicket, if you can. This guy's... Come here.
Right, that'll do for now. Nobody carrying nothing? No. I can't remember how many there is. There might be more. Always assume that there is. Nothing in the Hummer. There's a guy over there. What was that? Baraka sights. And some boots if you wanted some boots. And a buttstock. But not a lot else. Here we go. What's this? This is a fully loaded SG-5K. We'll take that. Absolutely no dramas at all. That's a smoke grenade. Probably not really worth a lot of use to us. And that's another smoke grenade, which is also not worth a lot to us. So, are we fully loaded? Do we have no more room? We have no more room. Let us solve the no more room situation by doing something in terms of inventory management. What will we do? What will we do? What will we do? I'm going to get rid of the frying pan. You know, Sod's Law says that I'll eventually need it, and that'll be that. Anyway, let's look at the map. So here we are in Turovo. And we've come up here to this junction, and we can go back down to Svetlo, or we can go over to Novo. What I want to do is actually want to go to here, Cernea Poliana, and the reason I want to go there is because it's a nice little place to loot, and it's got some it's got a fire department. Not many places have a fire department. And it's got a little shop store. It's got a place for water. It's got a lot of buildings. It's not that bad. It's a nice little stop. If you were not well, or if you were worried about not being well, you might want to head across country to Krasnostav Airfield and do the tents. But the tents, especially on this server, are quite intense. Sorry. Hard. Challenging. because I've put an awful lot more Zeds there, so this would not fit in with an easy run. You could go to Krasnostav itself, but it's a little bit out of the way for us, for where we want to go. We want to go over here, and then we want to go to Novo. So instead of us heading directly up to Novo, what we're going to do is we're going to head a little bit of the way up, and we're going to cross up into the bush, where the train line is, and we're going to follow the train line up till we get to the road, and then we're going to follow the road up to Cernea Poliana. Okay, makes sense. Now, there's a Z out there. That's all right. So we're going to go this way.
PlayStation